God.
On the morning of May 3rd, flames erupted from the historic Marcus Lissner mansion at 315 State Street. The Lissner mansion is the home of the Prudden family for the past 34 years. The fire ravaged the top floor of the mansion, and the water from the firefighters has devastated the house structure. Members of the Prudden family are now displaced. Marcus and Jenny Lissner built the home in 1889. They had 11 children, 9 of whom lived into adulthood. Marcus Lissner was a prominent Jewish businessman in Helena's early years. He first came to Montana to mine gold in Alder Gulch in 1864. With the gold that Marcus mined, he settled in Helena and built the International Hotel, which was once located down the hill from the mansion on the corner of State Street and Main. Helena was plagued with devastating fire after fire in its early years. The International Hotel was burned and was rebuilt in 1869, 1873, and in 1874. The International Hotel was rebuilt so many times that it was nicknamed the Phoenix because it would continue to rise up from the ashes. It is said that Helena wouldn't be where it is today if it weren't for the Jewish community members who continued to rebuild Helena. It may have turned into a ghost town. Marcus Lissner was an example of early history in Helena, of the core of Helena's spirit that is resilient and steadfast even against merciless fires that don't discriminate where its devastation may occur. The daughter of Marcus and Jenny Lissner, Bernice, lived in the house her entire life and died at 95 years old in 1987. That's when the Pruddens purchased the property. They are the second family to ever live in the home. George, Barda, and their 5 children have continued their own history in the home for the past 3 decades.
My name's Amy Carr. I am the oldest of the 5 siblings of our family, the Prudden family that lived in the Marcus Lissner mansion. And I'm just sharing today some information on how the community can help, because we've had a lot of people reach out and ask what people's immediate needs are and how they can support the family at this time. And some of the things that we have is a GoFundMe set up. We have a meal train set up, as well as you can donate through Venmo at Prudden. And there is also a bank account set up at Valley Bank for the Prudden family. So those are just some ways that we can help. We hope to have maybe a benefit in the future pretty soon, hopefully, if we can get that together to help with funds also, because some of our immediate needs, or their immediate needs, are they're going to need housing, household items, clothing, shoes. It's kind of hard to say at what point they want each thing, because they don't really have a place to put any of those items at this time, but I just wanted to share how people can help.
I'm Nathaniel Prudden, and I was born in the house and raised in the house along with my sister and my younger brother, who is not here at the moment. And I guess on May 3rd, the house caught on fire. I wasn't in town at the time. I was off on a business trip. These guys know more of the story. I think Amy was first there on the site. It's very difficult because we all grew up in the house. Our father died in the house. Our grandmother died in the house. So it's very tragic, and anything is appreciated as far as donations and help.
I'm BJ Prudden. I was born in the Lissner mansion and lived there my entire life. I never moved out of the house once. It's the only place I've ever called home. And it was really unbelievable to get a phone call saying that my house was on fire. I was at work at the time, and it's only a couple blocks away, but I drove home the whole time hoping that it was just a mistake. But coming around the corner and seeing the smoke and flames was just something out of a nightmare.
The Prudden family has always been a tight-knit and close family. The house once had 4 generations of Pruddens living there.
Yeah, it's a historic landmark for everyone. We had a pirate flag on the roof for many years that the neighbors always told their friends about as they were giving directions to get to their own place, or just using as a weather mill to see how windy it was outside. So it was nicknamed the Pirate House. We'd bring all sorts of straggler kids in when they needed places to go also, whether the parents knew about it or not. They'd stay for extended periods of time if they needed to. And everyone always felt like it was the most homey home they ever had. They could just really tell that a family lived there anytime they just walked in. They never minded the clutter or the abstract construction that was going on in there or anything. They're always really accepting of it.
The Allen Pruddens are known for being welcoming and always helping those in need, or just having a place for those to gather and feel at home in their home. The fire on May 3rd has now left the house boarded up, and the family is waiting to know what to do next.
Well, at this point, we don't know the condition of the home or how long it will be before we can even go in and look at it or take out any belongings that are salvageable. We're waiting on a structural engineer to be able to do an assessment and write a report and tell us how safe it is. But we're having a hard time with our insurance company to help us navigate that and get an engineer in there. And I know a lot of community wants to help support the family as well as restore the home with grants and things. And if it's possible, I'm sure that my mother is going to love that possibility. But at the moment, those things are just very uncertain. And I know a lot of people are asking, so that's kind of an answer to that question.
The house holds countless Allen Prudden memories, from home births to the passing of family members, summer parties, holidays, and more. As one of the family members of the Allen Prudden family recently wrote, "If the walls could talk, this house would write a novel of all the love, loss, and happiness that has taken place over the decades inside its safe and peaceful space. Together, we can make the Allen Prudden home a phoenix, just as its original builder, Marcus Lissner, did."
So there are different ways that the community can help donate if they would like to help support the family. We do have a GoFundMe set up. There is also a meal train, as well as you can donate through Venmo at Allen Prudden, and there is a bank account at Valley Bank that is for the benefit of the Allen Prudden family.